Hey guys, welcome to this nice Tuesday afternoon. I guess for me, I'm recording this in the morning, so I'm assuming some of you guys will be watching it in the afternoon. I hope you're able to get to this before Thanksgiving. I think that'll be really helpful. Don't forget, I'm going to be posting a last minute video to help with Delta Math that is due today, Tuesday, November 24th. So make sure we are kind of working on that right now. But today I want to focus on, or at least for now, I want to focus on part 2 of day 7. So yesterday, we had a chance we talked about standard form. We actually haven't seen it yet. We know it has to do with x and y intercepts. It's connected in some way to that. And we talked yesterday about how an x-intercept is when you have a line that hits the x-axis. At that point, that's your x-intercept. X is a number, y is 0. With a y-intercept, that's where the line hits the y-axis. X is 0, y is a number. And so we see that right there. We talked about how if you want to find the x-intercept and you don't have a graph, you can just plug 0 in for y and solve for x. Or if you want to find the y-intercept in an equation and you don't have obviously a graph, you make x 0, solve for y. Now, today, let's hop over to the second page here. Here's page 2 of day 7. Okay, now let's do a quick review here. I want to see what you guys remember. For these equations, make sure you do this in pencil. I want you to see if you can tell me whether the graph is going to be horizontal or vertical. So on 7, 8, 9, and 10, I want you to write either horizontal or vertical, and then we'll look at the graphs together. So go ahead and try these 4 right here. All right, so pro tip. Vertical lines go straight up and down. They are always created by x equals a number. And the way to remember this is because it passes through the x-axis if it's a vertical line. It goes right through this axis right here. Now, a horizontal line is flat. It passes through the y-axis. And it's always y equals a number. That's a way to remember it. It passes through the y-axis. So, for number 7, we got a vertical. Number 8, horizontal. Number 9, going to be vert. And number 10, going to be horizontal. Now, let's actually graph these two down here, guys. So x equals -5. We start at the origin. We go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. And that's where it's going to hit. On this line. There you go. There's our vertical line going through -5. And as far as number 10 goes, y equals 6. That's going to be a horizontal line going through this point right here and including all the points where y is 6. Every point on this line is going to have a y coordinate that's 6. That's why it's y equals 6. Now, let's get to the good stuff today. Let's talk about what standard form actually is. So we're actually going to be formally introduced to it. And it's actually something you guys saw. We saw it all over the first page. You just didn't realize it. So standard form, it is, I like to call it the alphabet. It kind of reminds me of the alphabet a little bit, which is what helps me remember it. AX, let me do it this way. AX, and then plus BY equals C. Now you're going to notice I did the letters A, B, C in blue. And that's because in this form, A, B, and C, these are all numbers, guys. These are all numbers. So for example, 5x plus 7y equals -3. A, B, C. Yeah. Now, a couple fun facts about standard form. It's got a couple things here. Number one, unfortunately, doesn't tell us our slope. So unfortunately, this form does not tell us our slope. But what it does is it gives us the x and y intercepts. So even though it doesn't tell us the slope, which I know kind of stinks, it does give us 2 points. And if it gives you 2 points, guess what? You can find the slope between the 2 points. So, and again, you're like, wait a minute, where's the x and the y intercept here? Well, that goes back to what we talked about yesterday. Standard form. See that? That's in standard form. AX plus BY equals C. And so we found the x and y intercepts by saying, hey, make y 0, make x 0. Couple more things. A and B both can't equal 0. We know we can make one of them 0 and get rid of it because that's how we solve for the x and y intercepts, but they both cannot be 0. If that's 0 and these are both 0, x and y are gone, you're left with nothing. So A and B both cannot be 0. Something else that's a little bit interesting. A and B can't be fractions. If we're going to find x and y intercepts, we can't be getting fractions. That's just straight up how it has to be. We want to see exactly where this line crosses on these axes. So A and B cannot be fractions. And we'll talk about how to deal with that if they are fractions here in just a sec. But for now, we're going to throw it back to some of our skills that we talked about way back 2 days ago on day 5. Being able to move between forms. Now let me give you a little reminder here. We know if we're going to take something into a new form, there's a little pattern it follows. Point slope leads to slope intercept. And then fun fact, standard form, that can follow from slope intercept. So it's like a chain, point slope to slope intercept to standard. And standard can always go back to slope intercept if we need to. But you can't make it all the way back to point slope. Once you distribute, you've kind of gone too far. But let me rewrite this right here, and you're going to want to write kind of small, guys. I'm sorry. I didn't give you a whole lot of room. So this is point slope form. Now, if we want to go to slope intercept form, 2 steps. First, distribute, multiply 2 there, 2 there. So y minus 2 equals 2x, and 2 times 6 gives you 12. Step 2, get y alone. We need to get y alone. Well, right now, y has a minus 2 attached to it. So add 2 over, and y equals 2x. Hey, plus 14, look at this. Y equals mx plus b. That's slope intercept form. That's some good old y equals mx plus b. The problem is we need this to be in standard form. So we need to go from slope intercept down to standard form. What do you notice is the difference here between slope intercept and standard form? Looks like instead of y being by itself, y now has x over here with it. So the x and the y are now actually on the same side. They're on the left side. X and y are on the left side of this equation. So I see 2x here. If that's a positive 2x, guess what? I'm going to subtract that 2x. Subtract that 2x over. And so negative 2x is now out front. That's a positive y, so plus y equals, well, that canceled, so we're left with 14. And check it out. AX plus BY equals C. Where our A is -2. Our B, we don't see anything there, but we assume there's a 1. And C is 14. And so, guys, that's as difficult almost as these are going to get, going from point slope down to slope-intercept. And then all you have to do is just kind of move the x over. And that's standard form. So I'm going to let you guys try a couple different ones here. I want you to try number 12 and number 13, and then we will just have a couple problems left to look at. So let's try 12 and 13 for me, please. Okay, let's see how you guys did on these two. So number 12, all we need to do is we're just trying to move these equations into standard form. So this is in slope-intercept right now. We just need to move the x over to the left side to be with y. So if it's a positive 1x, I subtract 1x, move it out front, so -x, and then that's a positive y, so plus y equals 6. A is -1, B is 1, C is 6. Now, number 13, this is in point slope form, so we, again, distributes. Then we want to get y alone, so distribute that negative, -x, -3. Get y alone. If y has a +5 next to it, we subtract 5 over. So right now we're in slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. Well, now we need to move this x over here, and if that's a -x, I'm going to add x to both sides. Cancels. So x plus y equals, that's a -8. Now you notice how, so far, A and B both have not been 0, and A and B can't be fractions. So we've been good so far. Frick. Here's where this gets a little bit more challenging. Let's look at these last two, guys. So, we have fractions. Let's not worry about those till the very end. We'll take care of fractions at the end. We're going to take care of fractions at the ends. So, first off, this is in slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. So we need to move x over, first thing. So if that's a -3/7 x, I'm going to add 3/7 x to both sides. So 3/7 x plus y equals, what's left over here on the right, that canceled, we just got 5. And so normally you'd say, hey, I'm done. AX plus BY equals C. The problem is A and B can't be fractions. So how do you get rid of a fraction? Let's throw it back. How do we get rid of a fraction? Well, to destroy a fraction, multiply by denominator. So to destroy a fraction, multiply by its denominator. That doesn't say demon. So what's the denominator of this fraction right here? 3/7. Oh, that's going to be 7. So we multiply by 7. Now the problem is you can't just multiply this. You have to multiply this and this. You have to multiply the whole equation. Remember, this is all connected. So if you multiply one thing, you got to multiply everything. So 7 goes there, 7 goes there, and 7 goes there. And so watch what happens when we do 7 times 3/7. 7 times 3/7. Oh, it's just 3. The 7 and the 7 cancel out. You're just left with the numerator. So that is 3x. But then we have to do 7 times y. 7 times y is going to be 7y. And then 7 times 5, 35. And voila, AX plus BY equals C, no fractions. I'm going to let you guys try number 15. And if you get stuck, you can stop. I'll work it through here in just a second. But go ahead and try number 15, guys. Okay? So guide me, guys. If this is in point slope form, we're going to have to start doing some simplifying. What are we going to do first? Yeah, I'm thinking we probably better, if it's in point SOAP form, probably better distribute. Let's take care of these parentheses. So y minus 2, and you're going to want to write kind of small. Again, I apologize for not giving you a ton of room. Negative 1/3 times x. That'd be negative 1/3 x. And then negative 1/3 times 6. Hey, that's negative 2. That works out pretty well. Okay. So then now we want to get y alone, right? We got a minus 2, so we add 2. It's going to be weird. They cancel. So you've got y equals just negative 1/3 x. And then I guess that's plus, negative 2 plus 2, that'd be plus 0. Okay, fair enough. So in other words, we got a line that's going through the origin. It's cutting right. Actually, if it's a negative slope, it'd be going like this. Right through the origin. Now, we want to, this is in slope-intercept form is what we're in right now. We want to get this into standard form, so we need to move the x over. Add 1/3 x to both sides. So you have 1/3 x plus y equals, those canceled, you're left with just 0 over here. Okay. And so now, moment of truth. We cannot have a fraction. Right now, a is a fraction. How do we destroy fractions? To destroy a fraction, multiply by its denominator. If that's 1/3, we're going to multiply by 3. And when you multiply a fraction by its denominator, the denominator cancels. You're just left with the numerator. 1x, 3 times y, 3y, and then 3 times 0, still going to be 0. So thank you guys very much for working. Don't forget, I'm going to post a Delta Math help video a little bit later if you need it. But in the meantime, let's be working on that Delta Math, guys. Let's be getting that done. Thank you. And I hope you have a great Thanksgiving.